What's going on YouTube? Jay here with Jay's Planet Aquariums, and it's exactly 24 hours later since I tore this down and rescaped it, cleaned it all up. So now I'll give you a general overview of what we all got going on here. So I cleaned it up. If you watched my last video, I had some algae issues and stuff, and I wasn't really happy with the scape I had going on. I also had that slate rock in there, and it was just like crumbling and getting in the eco-complete and the substrate and everything. So decided it'd be just easier since it's 20 long to tear it down. So this is exactly 24 hours later, and now I just gotta wait for all the plants to grow and fill in, maybe get a couple more. So I'll give you a general overview of this tank now, and then I don't know, in a month or two I'll do an update or something like that. So, these are the rocks that I decided to replace the slate with. They're pretty cool looking. So that's them. I'll give a general plant overview. In the back, we got the Lympholia sessiflora, L sessiflora, or sessiflora. Yeah, that's it. These are rough. Some of these names are really rough. The one that I couldn't remember in the video yesterday that I couldn't think of was the Morcilla quadrifloria. That's the little guys down there. So, and then the red plant in the back, we got Ludwigia arcuata, or arcuata, yeah. And then in the center there, that is the Amazon sword that was in there previously, but I took it down a lot. I took a lot of the leaves off, and just basically that was all the new growth that was on there, so I just took it down. Some of the other leaves were raggedy and stuff. Over here we got the Blixa japonica, looking like it's under highlight with the rust color. I added a little piece of driftwood. That was the piece of driftwood I showed you guys in the other video that was out, the one on the left. The one on the right I had laying around. And I don't know if you could see in between this Blixa, there's like a little cubby hole in there. Loaches are going to love that. So dig in the hardwood. And then in the back, we have the Rotala indica. Got 3 little bunches of it back there. There's also some non-eval in between the wood. So just gonna wait for that to grow. I also trimmed out the long ones. I figured they were long and out of control, and I says, you know what, I'm just gonna trim everything back and just let it grow out, and you know, maybe it'll look a little better. It'll grow to the actual tank here. So got a lot of filling in. Get a couple more plants, but hey, I'm not in any rush. This is gonna be the joy of it. I'm probably about 3 weeks away from getting my CO2. I think this tank needs it with the light, and I mean, you can't go wrong with CO2, right guys? That's where it's at. So I watch all these videos with everybody's CO2. They got the lush growth and everything, and I'm super jealous of the CO2. So I have to have CO2. Maybe eventually I'll do a low tech Planet Aquarium, but CO2 is where it's at, and if you have the money for the hobby and you could go for it, you might as well. Why not? Just dive in. So that's what I got going on as far as the scape. Just gonna let it all grow out, and hopefully it all takes off. Everything's planted in eco-complete. In the backer, that's a Cobalt 100 watt heater. Down here in my basement, 100 watts is a little overkill for a 20 gallon, but my basement gets kind of cold. So I plan on keeping some cherry shrimp, and eventually this is going to be probably a cherry shrimp tank or some sort of shrimp. Then I'll have a skull, something shrimp friendly, some little tetras or rasboras or something like that. So that's the inside of the tank. Up on top here, we got the Zoomed Aquasun T5HO 30 inch, 48 watts. I stole it, guys, basically. I got it for $35. It's already a cheap light to begin with, $65. for T5HO, but I got it on sale for 35 bucks. And you really can't pass that up. The thing I like the most about it is it has independent. You can turn one light off. And that's a 6500K super daylight bulb right there. And then that is a 5500K Flora plant bulb. So that's how I kind of like the independent light. I guess I probably could just keep one of these on and do low tech. Maybe that light. That'd be running 24 watts. Flips up for access to the tank. Don't want to blind you guys, but you get the idea. It stays up. For 35 bucks, your first plant of tank setup, I couldn't get wrong. I could have saved up the money and spent 150 on something, but I said 35. It had mixed reviews. I says even if it lasts me a couple months, 35 bucks, you can't go wrong. In the back, the hang on the back filter, we got the Aqueon Quiet Flow 20. That'd be 125 gallons per hour. It's quiet. That's the best part about it, because the pump, it's a submerged pump in the back. The whole pump is submerged, so you don't hear the pump. Love it. Excellent filter. So yeah, this is the overview. I'm going to do a video of my first planted experience for anybody out there that's thinking of getting into planted aquariums. I'm going to give you the mistakes I think that I made, so that maybe everybody could learn from it. Some of it's just going to be things I think I did personally wrong. Whether they are wrong or not, that's to be determined for someone with more experience to say, yeah, for sure you did this wrong, or maybe, possibly, but I'm just going to state what I think I did wrong. So, alright guys, that's what I'm going to leave you with. Like I said, about 3 weeks I'll have CO2 probably. Get that in here. I'll give you guys a tank update once it's looking a little fuller, and maybe add a couple more plants, and we'll take it from there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this new design, if you will, came out. Obviously, I plan on the heater in the back. That'll all be hidden once plant growth grows in. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Take care, everybody.